This is KUGAN CASSIUS for from London. We're in Glasgow here for the press conference between Ricky Burns and Raymundo Beltran. With me I've got the former WBO lightweight champion Ricky Burns.
You stole my belt?
It's my belt now. What are you going to do about it? You've got a fight on Saturday. It's not like you can do about it. No, I'm only joking. I'll give it to you back. Straight after the interview I'll give it to you back. How's the baby?
I know baby's doing good. Obviously last week was a bit of a nightmare. Amanda was in labour for 4 days. Trying to juggle for training and going to the hospital was a bit of a nightmare. But both of them are fine. They're back in the house now, so I'm concentrating fully on Saturday.
Am I right in believing that the baby is still without a name?
That's right. We never found out if it was a boy or a girl, but throughout the whole pregnancy, Amanda was always saying, "Oh, no, definitely a girl, definitely a girl." I kept saying to her, have a couple of boys' names just in case, but she never ever done it. So, but we've narrowed it down to maybe 2 or 3. So hopefully it'll be sorted for the next couple of days.
Coogie Bear on the table, be honest.
Everybody that I've spoke to when I've told them he's not got a name, they've always said call him after me. I think it was a nice name, so everybody's been saying that.
It'd be a nice gesture to me if you was to. Well, it would be a nice thing for you to do. I'm not saying you should do it, or I'm not forcing you to do it. I'm just saying it'd be a nice thing. I'd think a lot of you if you did it.
Yeah, I'll put Cookie Bear in the mix, right?
I love it.
I'll see what Amanda says.
Maybe not, maybe not. Ray Beltran, impressive last 3 victories for him over Hank Lundy, Kim and Rodriguez. He's sort of putting himself back into contention now, isn't he, obviously, to get this shot at you as well?
I know, we're expecting a tough fight. When Raymundo he comes to fight, he gives it his all, and he's never in a dull fight. I think that's what the fans are in for, a great night of boxing here. My training and that's went well, although the pregnancy and that, but there's been no distractions for it. All the sparring and that was done, and I'm just looking forward to getting in there and doing what we've been training to do, getting in there and hopefully putting a good performance for the fans.
A very publicised fact that he's a sparring partner of Manny Pacquiao, so obviously Manny Pacquiao's gonna say that, you know, all the right things in his favour. That's, you know, but do you take anything from that he's obviously had sparring at that level?
Somebody asked me that question earlier, and that's what I said. I was at all the years and obviously all the rounds he's been doing, not with Manny Pacquiao, the wildcard gym in LA, that's where he's based. All the pros and that are in there, he'd have been getting top class sparring. That's all obviously going in his favour. He's not been in sparring with the likes of Pacquiao if he's not good, you know what I mean? We know that this is going to be a good fight. But as I said, we're prepared for whatever's going to happen come fight night. I don't know myself what way I'm going to fight him yet, but we're just going to, I said to Billy, I'm just going to go out there and I'll take it around for a time.
Well, we're just picking this interview back up because the car just stopped and I didn't realise you were talking along for about half hour and it stopped. Shut up, Eddie. Go away. It's been suggested, if you was to come through this fight, that the possibility of possibly facing Anthony Crolla. How do you feel about that fight?
It's just, I need to get by this fight on Saturday first before we start talking about other fights. But I know Eddie was saying that these big unification fights and that they're out there to be made. I know Anthony, him and his team, they're keen for the fight to happen. I've said all along, I'm only the boxer. I only fight who, obviously the promoter, manager, who they want to put. They'll come up with a short list, and at the end of the day, they get the final say in who I step in the ring with. I'll fight if they wanted me to fight Anthony next, then so be it. But I don't think there would be much job satisfaction for obviously get out there and obviously all went well. I got the win. Because I do think that there is bigger fights out there for me than now. I think that the media and all the boxing fans, they would just expect just a routine defence, which I've had people talking about that some of my defences are at before, saying I've been getting easy defences, and I think that they would just rip me to shreds for it. But again, I need to get by this fight first.
Would you consider Anthony Crolla moving backwards?
No, I wouldn't say moving backwards. Anthony, he's done well. His last fight against Gavin Rees boxed a good fight. He's getting his name up there. As I said, his camp have been calling out for the fight, but I just feel as if that would be one of the fights where I would just get ripped to shreds for it again. Everybody would just be saying, "Oh, I'm taking an easy defence."
Will you pester Eddie for the push this Vasquez unification fight, which has been on the table for so long now? Well, sort of on the table, but I know you're not overlooking Beltran, so I'm not suggesting you are. But is that something that you just want to put right, sort of thing, and get that fight, because you missed out on the fight with him back in April, I think.
That's right.
So, is that something that's on your mind?
I read an interview a couple of weeks ago. Vasquez said the only reason he never came over was down to he wasn't happy with the deal. If Eddie can offer him, or they can come to a decision, and obviously come to an agreement, then I'd be happy for that fight to happen. It'd be a tough fight. Don't get me wrong. He's a very good fighter, technically very good. He's one of the. He's just so awkward to fight. But when the fight was meant to happen before, I was confident the training and that had been going well for it, and then obviously the fight fell through the last week. But again, get by this fight first, then we'll take it from there. But that is a fight. That is, for me, I'd say that was the biggest fight, because hopefully the Ring magazine would make it for the ring belt.
And that's the belt you want.
That's the belt I want. I need to get a hold of one of them.
Just finally, do you think you're too nice as a boxer? As in your personality in press conferences and just the lead up to the fight? Not necessarily talking about inside the ring, because obviously we know what you are in the ring, but leading up to fights, do you think you're too nice?
Sometimes, but it's just me, and it's just the way I've always been. I'm not one for trash talking or mouthing off at my opponents, or like blowing one trumpet basically saying whenever I ever said I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that, and boxing is my job. It's all I've done for what I've really wanted to do. I first walked into a gym when I was 12. That's 28 years I've been boxing for now, so it's just, it is what it is, do you know what I mean? It's the way I'm at, but as you said, once I step through the ropes, that's when it's time to get the work head on and get down to business.
The thing is, I was just saying, your press conference is always going to be the same, because it always takes one to start off the trash talking, and if one doesn't, that means the other one won't. So it becomes, if you don't say anything in that way, then your opponent is unlikely to say something.
Well, Joe, just before everybody arrived there, I was actually outside talking to Raymundo. We were out getting photos took, just basically talking away. He's a nice guy, same as myself, but both of us know once we step through the ropes on Saturday, it's time to go to work, and the fans are in for a cracking fight. So no.
He slipped off actually without doing an iFilm London interview, which I'm not really happy about. I should have made more of an effort. He was here 10 minutes. I was interviewing John Slowey. They all got in a cab and went.
You could hunt him down. He'll be out having a walk about Glasgow City Centre now.
Do you reckon?
Hunt him down.
Grab him by the throat. You want me to injure him for you before you fight? No, you don't need to do that. No, but listen, best of luck this week. Thanks for doing this little bit again. No one will really understand that you spoke for ages before.
Right.
But defend your world title. Name the baby KUGAN CASSIUS Burns, and Saturday night we'll go out.
Well, again, all goes well. Get out there, put in the performance that I should have done the last fight. Hopefully we've sorted that out, and then we can start looking on to the bigger picture now.
All right, Ricky Burns, thank you very much for talking to iFilm London. We'll see you at the weigh-in.
See you soon.
Thank you very much. Nice one.